Ари, направихте ли тортата?
Чакай, че записвам.
Окей.
Тя няма как да я чуеш в момента, защото сме мютна. Няма да мога да се виждам. Този път с сетингите. Окей, виждам се. Окей, добре, хубаво. Почваме легнали. Да не съм сменила пак дупката на това. Али, чуваше ли ме преди малко? Нещо.
Чувахте, но замръзва.
Окей. Hi, James.
Hi.
Can you mute yourself, please? Okay, can you hear me okay? I'm using the mic. Good, perfect. So we start lying down. Choose any comfortable position. And block or cushion or a blanket if you're old, feel free. You can close the eyes. Relax the entire body from the top of the head to the tips of your toes. Take this time to let go of your day, of your business, your projects. If you feel discomfort in your lower back when your legs are straight, you can bend them, support the opposite knees against one another. Open your feet a little wider. And let's relax the face, the forehead, soften your eyebrows, the jaws, and clench the teeth, soften the lips, maybe smile. And then let go of anything, any tension in your body. Just notice maybe the shoulders are shrugged, maybe the neck is tense. See if you can relax, soften, let go. Allow gravity to pull the weight of the body down towards the ground. Soften the chest and the belly. Allow your hips to rest. Just soften your legs. Relax the entire body. Feel the support of the earth. And notice all these points of contact between the body and the ground. The back of the head, the shoulders, the entire back, your hips, maybe the backs of the legs if they're straight, or the feet if you've got your legs bent. The back of the arms, the back of your palms. And allow everything to be heavy and relaxed. And from here, move your attention to your breathing. Noticing the movement of the belly. Inhaling, expanding, and exhaling, contracting. In and out. Gentle, easy breaths. Again, come back to the body. Notice if it's tense. Again, relax and soften everything. Let go. And continue to breathe. In through the nose. And out, either through the nose or through the mouth. And here let's take 3 slightly deeper, longer, smoother breaths into the nose, expanding the belly. And out through the mouth. Maybe sigh it out. In through the nose, pulling the air up towards your chest. And exhaling, letting go, everything out. One more breath. Expanding, energizing the air all the way up to your chest, shoulders. And exhaling out. And continue to take slow, deep breaths in to the belly and the chest. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. Energizing the entire body. Feel the air flowing in the blood. Reaching every cell, every bone, organ, tissue, energizing. And with every exhale, letting go, allowing all the toxins to be washed away. Slightly engaging the back of your throat. Ujjayi breath. And then from here you can slowly start to wake up the body with small movements, maybe doing a few circles with your wrists, maybe with your ankles. Give your body a little stretch. Hands above the head, maybe interlace the fingers. Stretch the palms and the feet in the opposite directions, growing really, really tall. Feel the waist lengthening. Pull the belly in. Lift your heels off the floor. Keep pressing the palms. Feel very, very long. Continue to breathe. And And on your next exhale, release, bring your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a hug. Maybe gently rock from side to side, massage the lower back. Good. Give yourself a little bit of love, a little bit of soft, gentle movement before we start engaging the core. So this is what we'll be doing through most of the class today. Let's start by first straightening the legs up towards the sky, towards 90 degrees. Continue to breathe. Good. So, James, press your palms down on the floor, not on your bottom. Press the palms on the mat, and everyone pull your lower back down towards the mat. So if there is a gap between the mat and the lower back, you are closing it down. Good. Now keeping that connection between the lower back and the mat, bend the knees so your legs are 90 degree, in a 90-degree angle. Your thighs vertical and your shins perpendicular to the floor. Good. Continue to press the lower back towards the floor and imagine you've got a corset wrapped around your waist. Pull the belly in and down towards the floor. Good. And now let's bring the arms up to vertical as well. Good. Gluing the lower back to the floor one more time, just reminding you. Straighten the leg and bring it as close towards the ground as you can. At the same time, the opposite arm goes towards the ground without touching. And come back to center. Exhale. Good. Inhale, left leg straightening, right arm going back without touching. Keep the other leg bent and exhale to center. Continue like so. Right leg, left arm. Keep the lower back glued. Everything back to the center. Right arm, left leg. Try not to touch. Keep your core engaged. Imagine that corset squeezing. Good. Just a few more times each side. Synchronize the movement with the breath. So when you stretch and lengthen, inhale. When you come back to the center, pull that belly in, exhale. Exhale. One more time each side. Last time. And coming back to center, give yourself another hug. Squeeze the knees in, rock left and right. Good. So the belly starts to fire up already. Let's release the feet down on the floor. Keep them hip distance apart. Now, I'm just going to show you a very small minor movement that engages your core. We're going to use it quite a bit. Find those bones, your hip bones that are protruding here at the front. Find them. Maybe put your hands on them. And now I want you to imagine that you are, when you exhale, you are moving those hip bones towards one another. It's a very small movement. At the same time, the belly goes in. The belly button goes in and up, yeah? So exhale, move the hip bones towards one another. Yeah? Release, and do this a few more times. And you should feel, this is how you engage the deepest abdominal muscles that run lengthwise on the side of your body, but their fibers are kind of running perpendicular. They're called the transverse abdominals, the deepest abdominals. Good. One more time. Move those hip bones towards one another, belly, and engage the corset. Great. Good. And then from here, let's come back to the same position with your knees bent. So the thighs are vertical, the shins perpendicular. Interlace your hands behind your back. Good. Now we're going to start abdominals, which are one layer above what we've just been working now. So extending your left leg and bringing your left elbow towards the right knee. Here, exhale all the air out. Inhale, come back, keeping your head lifted away from the floor, shoulders lifted, and exhale the opposite way. So take your time, slow, smooth inhales and exhales, and try and twist and touch the opposite knee and elbow. You can exhale through the mouth. Remember to keep that lower back glued to the mat. Good. One more time, each side, before we take a little break. Or if you're tired, take a break anyway at any time. And relax. Release. Good. Again, hug the knees in, maybe rock and roll. And now we are going to roll really, because we'll do a little bit of a back massage by rolling up and down. Good. So we do this a few times, and then we've done it before. We're going to try to jump back. So choose a moment where you've got a momentum. Release the hands, place them in front of yourself. Press the outer edges of your feet into the mat and jump back into a plank. And here, I'd like you to remember that movement of your hip bones towards one another, pulling the belly in and up, lengthening the spine, heels to the back of the room, roll the shoulders back, look forwards. Let's take 3 more breaths. If that's too much, knees down on the floor, it's okay. Final breaths. And then slowly release the knees, the chest, and the chin. Inhale. Belly down. Open your feet as wide as your mat. Roll the little toes down. Roll the shoulders back. Lengthen the belly. Good. Take another breath. And then back into child's pose. Great job. Taking a few breaths here. Now we've worked on the front parts of the core muscles, the deepest abdominals. And we'll continue with the back muscles, which are part of the core as well. The back face, if you can call it, the back side of the core. Good. From here, inhale, looking forwards, and let's flow a few times slowly. We're going to kind of snake down towards the mat. You can press the elbows, keeping your hips high, and slide your chest, your belly, and then up into a cobra. And then pressing your knees in, Stretching back into child's pose. And again, snaking forwards as close to the mat as you can. Inhaling. Open the chest, maybe even the throat. Exhale. Stretch back. Let's do this a couple more times in your own time. James, your hands a little bit wider, just under your shoulders, yes, so you don't obstruct your movement. And let's all meet in child's pose when you've finished. Stretch your arms as far forward as you can. Come on your fingertips, cupping the floor. And really extend your hips towards your heels and walk your fingers a little further if you can. Breathe into the length of your spine. Great. One more breath here. And then let's walk the fingertips over to the left. Trying not to move your hips. Your hips are staying in the center. Try not to lift your right hip. James, move from the waist a little bit more to the side, not from the shoulders only. Yes, from the waist. Very good. Take another breath into the right side of the body. And then slowly walk your fingers through the middle and over to the right. Sit your left hip closer towards your left heel. So if you're in the center now, move over to the right side. I'm not sure if your screen's froze or if you're still in the center. Okay, very good. Final breath. And then slowly coming back to center. And then from there, you're going to come down on your belly. Good. Now let's start with a position, your hands next to your chest, elbows squeezing together, shoulders back. Open your feet as wide as your mat. Roll the little toes down on the ground. Good. Engage your thighs. Lift them away from the floor. Pubic bone into the ground. Inhale. Slowly come up without using the hands too much. So you will not be able to lift too high. Use the hands just a little. Engage the back muscles. Lift the chest. Maybe even try to see if you can lift your hands and still be strong and high. One more breath. And then slowly release. Now let's move your hands a little bit further back, maybe towards your lower ribs. Again, squeeze the elbows together. Roll the shoulders back and down. Slowly lift the head and continue to inhale and press your hands into the floor. Send the heart forwards. See if you can press yourself a little higher. No forcing. Make sure you're still able to breathe. Your pubic bone still on the floor. Don't come too high. And then slowly release. Very good. Now let's interlace the hands behind the back or use your strap. Palms together. Roll the shoulders back. Shoulder blades together. On your next inhale, lift the chest away from the floor. Lift the arms away from the body. And optional here, lifting the legs. You can lift the legs wide open, easier, and a little more challenging to have your legs closer together. Let's take 5 breaths here. Inhale, exhale, soft face, in, out, in, lift a little higher, out. Final breath, give it all you've got. And on your exhale, release both hands either side, one cheek on the floor, wiggle your hips. Great job. Reconnect with your breath. Excellent. Now let's place again the hands by the chest. Gently turn your hands a little bit outwards. Your fingers pointing not forward, but a little bit out to the side. Squeeze the elbows, roll the shoulders back and down. Pubic bone into the floor. And move your hip bones towards one another. Just what we did a little while ago. Tuck your toes under. Lift your knees away from the floor. Strong legs, strong core. Inhale. And on your exhale, push yourself away from the floor into a plank. Great job. Excellent. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Heels to the back. Looking forward, shoulders back and away from your ears. One line of energy. And exhale, press yourself back up. Downward facing dog. Whew. This is rest. Walk the dog, make any movements that come to you. Starting to warm up the spine. Stretching the backs of the legs, opening the entire body. And from here, let's come to a still down dog. Check that your feet are hip distance, hands are shoulder distance. Inhale. And on your exhale, press the palms into the floor, the chest towards your thighs. Lift the tailbone to the sky. Take another breath. Long, long spine. Lengthen the entire spine. Tailbone up. Great job. On your next inhale, bring the right leg up. Keep that foot flexed. Heel to the sky. Keep pressing both arms straight. Spread the weight equally between the 2 hands. Square the hips to the ground. Another inhale. And then exhale. Bring the knee over towards the left elbow. Round the back. Keep your hips quite high, James. And exhale. Stretch up. On your next exhale, you're going to do this one more time. And now you're going to straighten the leg and release it on the floor. Good. Now, here, if you don't quite reach the floor, use one of the blocks underneath your left hand. And you can stay here. If you want to work a little bit more on your core, release the left arm, lift it up. Try and straighten the right leg so you're on the outer edge of your right leg. Yeah? And option 3, maybe the right leg. Good. One more breath. And then we're coming back to the center. Very good. We're almost there, I promise you. Inhale, stretch up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step your leg between your hands. Let's move a few times up and down, forwards, back. Great. And let's drop the back knee on the floor. Coming to low lunge. So arms, few options. You can stretch them by your ears, turn the palms back. This is so you can really open the space between your shoulder blades. Other option, to interlace your hands behind the back. Lift the arms away. Exhale, sink a little lower maybe. You can be looking down, chin to the chest, or if you prefer, look up. If you feel like going for a deeper back bend, you can do that too. Good, taking another breath. And then slowly release. Hands framing the front foot. Now you're gonna stretch back into a half split. Flex that right foot towards your forehead. Roll your right hip back, left hip forward. Very good. Sending the shoulders back, the heart through. Very nice. One more breath. And then inhale, coming forwards, frame the front foot, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee off the floor. Left hand close to your right foot. So I'm going to turn, you can see. So I don't want the foot and the hand to be that too far away. So try and bring them in the middle line of the body. And then don't allow that knee to open to the side. Keep it contracted towards the middle. Now push that left bottom shoulder towards the knee. Yeah, push it towards the knee. And then when you open the top arm, the top shoulder is right stuck above the shoulder. James, it's the other hand down on the floor. The other hand close to your foot. Closer, closer. Now push that bottom shoulder towards your knee and stack your top shoulder, your right shoulder. Good, very good, excellent. Lengthen the spine, take another breath and exhale. Frame the front foot. Good. Now from here, press the floor, the entire palms into the floor, round the back and slide that leg slowly back into a three-legged dog. And then exhale, bring the knee towards right elbow. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, optional vinyasa. Forwards. Through plank. Either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Remember, keeping those hip bones moving towards one another. Inhale in your back bend. Exhale, down dog. Or optional child's pose. 5 breaths, wherever you are. So take some time here to reconnect, reintegrate, bring the breath back. Good. Final breath. Let's repeat that same sequence on the other side. So on your next inhale, lifting your left leg up, flexing the foot. Now try not to open your left hip to the left. Keep the toes and the knee pointing down. Push the floor, lengthen the spine. So first we start knee towards opposite elbow. First time we just crunch. Exhale, come forwards, round the back. Keep your hips high, belly in. Inhale, stretch back up. On your next exhale, repeat the same. Keep your upper back rounded, push the floor away, and now turn towards the right. Place the entire back foot on the ground and stretch your left leg to the front. Now here, if you need a block under your right hand, you can use it and stay here. Option 1. Option 2, turn towards the right, stretch the right arm up. Good. Hips up. And option 3, lift your left foot off the floor, even if for a breath or two. And then exhale, both hands down, stretching up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the foot through and move a few times. Forward, back, up and down. So here, do as much as you can. Try and do at least one of the repetitions for the core. Whenever you feel like you need to come out earlier, do that. Rest. You know, child's pose is always there. Let's drop the back knee down. And inhale, come into low lunge. Maybe here, if you've done this in the previous flow, do the opposite one now. Just try to vary it up a little bit. Sink into your hip. Maybe back bend, maybe look up. Very nice. Taking final breath here. On your exhale, release the hands, framing the front foot. And next time you're going to push your hips back, flex the left foot, half splits. Continue to keep that core set engaged, the belly in. Again, if you're rounding your back, move the shoulders back away from your ears, long, long neck. Maybe the chin gently folding towards the chest. Good. Taking another breath. Inhale, come forwards. Both hands down, framing the front foot, tucking the back toe, lift the back knee off the floor. Now it's very important here that your feet are not in one line. There is space between your feet. You're on rail tracks. Yes. Now placing the right hand next to the left foot. So that's opposite hand, opposite foot. That's it. Now make sure that that left knee is not flopping outwards. Bring it into the middle line of the body. And then right shoulder moving towards the left knee, left arm stretching. Now move the shoulders back and away from your ears. Imagine your back bending. Very nice. Turn to look towards the top thumb if you can. If not, keep looking down. Back leg is really strong. Excellent. Very nice, Annie. One more breath. And then exhale, frame the front foot. Now here, straightening the arms, rounding the back, sliding the foot with control into a three-legged dog. Before we go to a vinyasa, left knee to left elbow. Come forwards into a high plank. Round the back, pull the belly in. Last three-legged dog. Exhale, down dog. Optional vinyasa if you want rest either in child's pose or in down dog. And exhale. So 5 more breaths. Make a wise decision where you want to take these 5 breaths, in which pose. Keep breathing. Relax the mind, relax the face. Exhaling through the mouth is a great way to release any excess energy. Very good. Let's take another breath. And on your next inhale, wherever you are, let's meet in down dog. Look between your hands, come high on your toes, transfer the weight, the shoulders a little more forwards. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, you're going to jump up and forwards and come to a halfway lift. Your feet are hip distance apart. Doesn't matter if you don't reach the floor, place your hands on your shins, on your thighs. Roll the shoulders back. Very nice. Long neck, chin to the chest. Maybe move the chin left and right a few times. Release the neck. And exhale, release the body, fold into. You can bend the knees, grab the opposite elbows. And here you can move up and down, left and right, or just stay still, or even hug the backs of your thighs. Continue to breathe. And then let's release the arms wherever they are, and very slowly bending the knees and curling the back all the way up to standing. Finishing by lengthening the spine, rolling the shoulders back. Maybe even some of you would like to go into a back bend. Make sure it's safe, tucking the tailbone. Lengthen those abdominals. Give them a little bit of a stretch. Very good. And coming all the way up. Okay, everyone's alive. All right, so from here we'll just use this core strength and those abdominals that we worked, the deep ones and the obliques, to do 2 balances. Easy ones, so make sure you have your blocks somewhere around you if you're using them, yeah? Let's start by placing your hands on your hips. And again, think about moving your hip bones towards the midline of the body. Tucking the tail, engaging the core. Good. Let's bring the left knee up. Keep that engagement, yeah? Don't forget about the core, the hip bones. And then leaning forwards, we're going towards warrior 3. Find a point of focus in front of you, something that doesn't move. Continue to move the hip bones towards one another. Lean, lean, lean until your body is close to parallel to the floor. And here, optional, if you feel safe and stable, to very slowly, so there's no jerky movements in any of the balances, stretch the arms forwards. Turning the palms up again will release any stuckness in your shoulders and will help you to straighten the arms forwards. Another option, of course, is to slowly bring your hands down. And this is where we all go eventually. So keep that left leg up because we're going to smoothly transition into the next balance. And keep a block underneath your left hand. So now we're going to play opposite leg, opposite arm again, going into a little bit of a twist. Make sure that the standing leg is slightly bent, just a tiny little bend. Come on, your fingertips of your left hand become really light. Engage that core. Move those hip bones towards one another. And then slowly, maybe you can stretch the right arm up. You don't have to. You can simply have your hand on your waist and try and just open that right shoulder. Maybe looking up towards the sky. Yes, Benny, very good. Lengthen the spine, the waist. Lengthen the heel towards the back of the room. Very nice. And slowly exhale, release everything down, coming into a forward fold. Good. You can exhale through the mouth, side out. Take this forward fold as your rest. So do whatever feels good. Maybe keep your knees bent. Excellent. And then releasing the arms, slowly coming up, curling the back. When you come up, roll the shoulders, maybe continue bending backwards. Hands on your lower back. Go into that little back bend. And inhale. Shake. Let's do the other side. So, again, starting by having your hands on your hips. Imagine those hip bones moving slightly towards one another. Belly moves in, tailbone down. Let's bring the right knee up. And when the knee comes up, see how easy it is to really pull the belly in. Yeah? Keep it engaged, even when you start leaning forwards. Find your point of focus. Slow, smooth movements. Body comes down towards parallel to the floor. You can stay here or very slowly try and stretch the arms forwards. Your bending leg is always a little bit bent, micro bent, stretching the arms, stretching the leg in the opposite direction. Whenever you feel you want to start coming out of the pose, do this slowly, bringing the arms down. Good. Keeping that leg up in the air, prepare by having your block in your right hand. Adjust the height of the block. Here with your left thumb, go inside your crease, in your hip crease, and push your back, roll it back here. Lift that back leg a little higher so it's parallel to the floor, and maybe stay here. You don't need to proceed any further. Otherwise, maybe hand on your hip, only open the shoulder, the left shoulder, or maybe stretch the arm up. Very good, excellent. Long spine. Continue to breathe. Very good, Annie. Excellent, long spine, long neck. One more breath. And then slowly everything down. Good, come into that forward fold. Maybe give yourself a hug. Bend your knees, relax the neck, the head. Just hang in there, quiet the mind, quiet the breath. And then let's come halfway up. And then from here, hands on the floor. If you need to bend your knees, make sure that you have the entire palm on the floor. From here, I'd like you to jump just a little bit so that you come down on your heels, just sitting on your heels. Yeah, that's it. Good. So, two options to really stretch the front of the body one more time. One is the camel pose. If the camel pose is too deep for you, just simply walk your hands back. Use this position, lifting your hips off the floor and breathe into the front of the body. If you want to go with camel, hands on your lower back, squeeze the elbows and the shoulder blades, tuck the tailbone, and lift the chest, lift the heart, wherever you are. Great job done. Lots of abdominal work. I'm sure you're feeling it already. This is building the strength and the stability, helping the spine. And when you feel ready, slowly come out of the pose, and let's all meet in sitting on you for a change. Just a bit of breath work before we go into our relaxation. So again, if this is not very comfortable, choose any other position. Now we're going to be training the top part of the core, which is the diaphragm. So the diaphragm, when you inhale and expand, it moves down and squeezes the abdominal organs. When you exhale, it moves up. So this is how it goes, up and down. So slowly start inhaling and exhaling, keeping your spine long. And let's try, when you inhale, to have your belly expanding. And when you exhale, the belly in. You can close your eyes, relax the face. Focus your attention on the slow, smooth expansion and contraction in the belly. Next thing we're going to focus on is to build the breath in such a way that your inhale and exhale are equal in length. So counting will help you. Maybe count your inhale. And if it's 5 or 6, try and exhale to the count of 5 or 6. One more time, check that your face is relaxed, your eyebrows, the space between the eyebrows, so you're not clenching your teeth. Relax the jaw. If need be, gently open the lips. So the final stage here will be to introduce breath holds between your inhale and exhale and your exhale and inhale. So start with an easy number. We want to make everything equal. Square breath. Inhaling maybe to 4, keeping a pause for 4, exhaling to the count of 4, having another pause at the bottom of the exhale for 4. If 4 is too easy, move on to 5 or 6. So James, we are continuing with square breath here. So inhaling to the count of 4 or 5, holding the breath for 4 or 5, exhaling 4 or 5, holding the breath at the bottom of the exhale for 4 or 5, or any other count, a number that feels comfortable and agrees with your lung capacity. So the breath should be smooth, in an uninterrupted, easy. If at any time you feel too overwhelmed or you're out of breath, come back to your natural breath for just a few cycles and resume when you feel ready. Final 2 to 3 rounds of breath. And when you've completed those, I'll give you a couple of options. One is to take a comfortable meditative position. And the other one is to simply go into Shavasana for 5-minute relaxation. So wherever you are, make sure you are comfortable and you can maintain that position. And again, make sure the body is relaxed, the face is soft. If you're sitting in meditation, keep your spine long. Shoulders softening. Neck in line with the spine. And the head effortlessly floating above the shoulders. If you are resting in Shavasana, let go of all effort. Let go of the Ujjayi breath. Let go of any residual tension anywhere in the body. And simply be. So continuing to breathe and maybe slowly coming back to the room and to the physical body. Or if you wish to stay a little longer, relax or meditate, please do so. And thank you for turning up again on the mat. I'll see you next time for another core workout.